Hi guys, welcome back to my video. I mean my channel. Okay, so today there's a very exciting times for this month because we got news that a new update is coming up on the 28th, which is in 3 days time, and there are many new things that is gonna be added. So I'm just gonna go through the patch today and see, go through my thoughts on the different things that they are introducing to the game, the new content, and yeah, share my thoughts with you guys. So firstly, they're gonna release a new class, which is Battle Mage. Battle Mage is I think it's a very exciting class because it's a mage, but then it's a battle mage, like it's a melee kind of mage. So that's pretty good, and I actually have already prepared the items needed for my battle mage to go into SF 130 when it comes out. So the battle mage will be using the staff weapon. So staff weapon meaning the one in the trade station. You can actually prepare for it already. It's the weapon that other mages use as well. So it's here. The staff is used by Evans, Archmages, and Blaze Wizard. Yep, so Battle Mage Edition will be coming up, and they're also saying that they're gonna reduce the event completion last. Highest tier of rewards will be given at level 125. The previous time they did 135, I think many people complained that it was very hard to achieve, so I think they listened and they lowered the level range to 125 to get the highest tier of rewards. Yeah, and next I think there was the Von Bon boss coming out. So that's the one of the 4 Root Abyss bosses. So the Von Bon boss actually I think I saw this video on a Maplestory M Taiwan Facebook page that they were showing off the bosses and the new job, right? The Von Bon boss looks damn thick, like probably needs quite a lot of buffs, and also the newly introduced hyper stats, to down Von Bon. So moving on, okay, so now talking about hyper stats, right? So I think today they actually released a kind of a image showing the different hyper stats that you can get. So let's go through them. So in a hyper stat system, it starts from level 141, and then we are gonna get 1 hyper stat point every level until all the way until, I think for other Maplestory, like the one on desktop, it was until level 220, so you can get like 80 hyper stat points. But for us now, our level cap is 200, so we probably only get 60. And these are the different kinds of hyper stats that we can choose to increase. So if you reach level 200 with 60 points, you probably can max 3 of these. So each of these has 20 levels to level up. You can always level up like 10 for each. You don't have to max it, so it's up to you. And also, I saw that it costs quite a bit actually. I think if I saw some video that the leveling it up from 18 to 19 costed like 2 to 300 M. Hopefully that's not what we are getting. It's not, that's quite expensive to add. Yeah, so this is the hyper stat system. And then for Nightwalkers especially, I've been looking at these, and then I think that 2 of the stats that I'm probably gonna add, right, is final damage and max damage. So because Nightwalkers with full buff, right, we are hitting the cap damage already on one line with critical damage. So final damage increase will increase our final, like the final damage that we see on the screen, and it will increase it by the percentage here. And then if we increase the max damage, which is the damage cap, right now it's 4 million, right? So I think this will increase to a maximum of I think 1.5 million, if I'm not wrong, at the max level. So an increase in final damage will help with the will help on the max damage increase as well. So because unless your job hasn't, I mean you have difficulties reaching the damage cap right now, then you don't have to worry about increasing the max damage for now. You can choose other stats like crit damage, for example. If your crit damage is not 290%, I think that's the soft cap where it's not much point having more than that anymore. Or you can choose like physical damage increase, boss attack increase. So there's many different kinds. So one that I'm really confused about is the Star Force increase. I really don't know what this means. Does this mean that when I add a level, they will give me one extra Star Force out of nowhere? So I don't really have to rely on my equipment to have Star Force? I don't know. So we'll see when they release it. And then the next and the biggest thing, a very controversial new thing that they announced, is the ancient system. So they actually introduced a new equipment rank above mythic. So the ancient rank is apparently the best rank you can get in the game as of now. And in order to get this ancient equipment, it was I mean, I saw quite a lot of people commenting on this system and why it's not very friendly towards paying users especially. So let's take a read and see what's it about. So firstly, okay, they talk about the Root Abyss Expedition opening soon. That's the Von Bon boss. And then with the release of this new boss, they will introduce an ancient rank that is higher than mythic. So I mean it has greater attack and defense obviously. And okay, so there's a new function that will be called Mastercraft added. And you'll need an ancient crystal in order to Mastercraft your mythic into ancient. And this is the one. Necromancer gear is the most powerful ancient gear of all. So obviously, right, all the people who has sank a lot of money into the game already, having the best weapon right now, the BIS, the best in slot weapon, will want to get this Necromancer gear because it's the best. Like, you spend all the money, you obviously want to go for the best, and then this Necromancer gear is what people who spend money want to get as well. So once you get a Necromancer gear, you'll be able to choose one of 4 support options. So these 4: boss attack, crit rate, crit damage, and EXP gain. So this is basically Bryza, this is Eligos, and this is Jaihin, and this is Atgard. So basically it's like a reset for your weapon, like a fusion per se. So Necromancer gear also has its own special active skill. So this is actually very important to whether this system is good or not. So if this active skill is like the one with Cygnus, then I think it's quite useless. But if it's something else that is a buff or something like that, then this changes a lot of things. And on top of that, there are 8 parts to this Necromancer gear. So every single item on your body can be a Necromancer gear, except your earrings and rings and necklaces. Yeah. So breaking down, right, I think the Mastercraft function, they will have Inheritance Mastercraft and Conversion Mastercraft. So from what I know, Inheritance Mastercraft is basically like ranking up your weapon. So if you rank up a Jaihin, you'll get an Ancient Jaihin. So that is like using your rank up stones, for example, to rank up. But for this, you will need an Ancient Crystal to rank it up. And then the controversial part is actually this Conversion Mastercraft. Because you see here, there's no way you can get the best, most powerful gear of all. You can't get a Ancient Necromancer here. So from your best in slot equip, right, you will get a second best in slot here. You cannot ever get a best in slot through an Inheritance Mastercraft because there's no like Mythic Necromancer, for example. So in order to get Necromancer, we need to do a Conversion Mastercraft. So this is pretty similar to a fusion of gears. So if you use Jaihin weapon as a base, and then the Mastercraft succeeds, you can get either one of these, which is like a Jaihin, an Utgard, Bloody Agares, or the Necromancer, which is what people want, right? So you have I would say a 20% chance to get Necromancer, and a 20% chance to maintain the current thing, and 60% chance to get something you don't want. So I think people were not very happy when, let's say, they spend almost a year or 2 years building up their mythic Jaihins and turning it into a mythic Empress, for example. So they have like 3-line unique potential on a Jaihin. And then having the idea that if I want to get Necromancer, I need to take the gamble to give up this Jaihin that I took so long to build to try to get a Necromancer at like 1 in 6 chances, which is not very high. So based on these two crafting, right, there's actually no way you can get a Ancient Necromancer upgrade onto your current equipment at 100% success rate, even if you are willing to spend some money. Because let's say if my Jaihin, right, or my Empress actually turns into an Utgard, for example, there's no turning back. I have to rebuild another weapon from scratch and try this again, or actually buy maybe an Utgard or Bloody, like whichever's cheaper, to try for the Necromancer. So it's like an endless buying of multiple max level mythic emblems in order to keep trying to get a Necromancer. So this is a very expensive kind of system to get the best weapon in the game. And to top it off, right, we can actually fail in Mastercraft. So after we get all the ancient crystals needed, and when we Mastercraft it and spending the mesos, we can actually fail. So what happens when you fail, right? If you fail, you add a fail count to your weapon, just like an exaltation stone. But for this, you only have 3 fail counts and you are stuck. So after 3 fail counts, right, you have to apply a Mastercraft failure count scroll in order to reduce the failure count. Yeah, and a lucky master scroll will increase your chances of upgrading it. Okay, so what will be retained if I Mastercraft successfully? So everything will be retained. My Star Force level. So if let's say I use the +1 Star Force scroll, which made my weapon 31 Star Force, right? This 31 Star Force will remain. My exaltation count will remain, meaning if my item is level 40, I will still have my weapon at level 40 after I Mastercraft, but the max level will still be 40, but I need to level it up again from level 1 using powders. So basically, you just have to spam powders from level 1 to 40 after you Mastercraft. You don't have to exalt the weapon to 40 again. So what, then okay, next, let's go on next first. Failure count will retain. So my weapon right now has like, my weapon right now has 4, 5 failure count, right? This will actually retain the 4, and then they're gonna increase the exaltation failure count to 10. So I have 4, 10. And why did they increase this? It's because they are gonna increase the exaltation level to 50. Okay. My potential will remain. My emblem, my CD emblem will remain. My level 4 CD will remain. My rebirth 2-line rebirth flames will remain with the same stats as it is now. My Signer's Soul will remain. The number of cards left will remain. The trait counts that will remain, and also the refinement count. So the refinement count, meaning this here. this Cygnus Refinement, Dark Star Force will remain. So what it will be changed is the Star Force level will be reduced by 1 and your gear level will be reset to 1. So this one was what I was talking about just now. So even though your weapon will still be a level 40 weapon, but the thing is you have to level it up again with powders from level 1 to level 40. So that's actually a crap load of powders that you need to use. And the Star Force level will be reduced by 1. So my 30 star Jaihin will become 29 stars. Yep, means I'll have to Star Force it 1 more. It's like a fusion basically, where we lose 1 Star Force. Okay, so when we succeed, as I spoke just now, that the exaltation count will be expanded to 10. So I'll be 410. And then I need, in order to exalt to 50, right? I need to use a Radiant Exaltation Stone, which I don't know how hard it is to get this, or an equal rank gear. And when they say equal rank gear, right, it means an ancient gear, just to exalt your weapon. So this is gonna be a super long process in order to get level 50. So materials will be from a new difficulty level in the daily dungeon. So I hopefully is the same tickets as the current daily dungeon, cause like I have 506 tickets right now. If it's using these tickets, right, wow, I'll be very happy. But I don't know, what if they introduce new tickets for the Chaos Daily Dungeon, then I don't know, man. Hopefully they will use the same Daily Dungeon tickets. So this Chaos mode, you can get your crystal pieces in order to form the Ancient Crystal. Yeah. So to get ancient crystal pieces, there's 2 ways, which is Chaos Daily Dungeons or fighting the Bonbon boss in the Root Abyss. So these ancient gears have set effects, right? 3, 5, 7 set effects. I think according to this, the Necromancer gear or the normal Jaihin or Empress Ancients will have the same set effect as the Necromancer. So you don't need to worry that Necromancer has better set effect for now. Let's say if they stick to this. And then yeah, so I think clearing the Chaos Root Abyss expedition will give you this Root Abyss piece, right? These Root Abyss pieces actually allows you to buy items from the Root Abyss shop. So the Root Abyss shop actually has this thing called the Fafnir gear. So this Fafnir gear are all ancient rank, but they are different from the ones that you upgrade to ancient here. So I think it's probably like a new set of equips to use in other content such as guild dungeon. They will probably have like bonus damage for guild dungeons, guild for battle, and Kerning M Tower. So this is like another set of items that we might need to potentially build on top of our current set, so that we'll be strong in both content and normal bossing. Okay, so my thoughts, right, on this ancient crafting system. So right off the bat, you can see that it's not very forgiving, especially to a person who pays money in the game. So for a person that spend money in the game, right, this conversion mastercraft, I mean, obviously when we spend money, we want the best items in the game. If not, why would we spend the money? So, but the thing is, this ancient Necromancer, it, like, I with my fully built Jaihin, my fully built Empress weapon with the Jaihin base, I can't guarantee that it will be there's really no way that I can guarantee it to be upgraded to an ancient Necromancer. Even if, let's say, I'm willing to spend money, I still have to go through these 1 in 6 chances. So what, like, I'm definitely not gonna rebuild my weapon, right? Just to try out for a Necromancer. So, I mean, the most logical thinking is for me to go the Inheritance Mastercraft way to get an Ancient Empress with the Jaihin base stat. But that's not what I want, because I mean I spend money in the game, I want a best. So I mean there's no way of us getting the Ancient Necromancer without RNG. So I think that's what people are quite upset about. But I mean there's not enough information here right now to judge that this is a bad system, because for all you know, right, the only extra thing the Necromancer item has will be this special active skill. Like they did not say that this Necromancer weapon will have more attack, will have a new set effect, for example. So it's literally gonna be the same as an Ancient Empress if you do it the Inheritance way, just that it has its special active skill. That's why I said that this special active skill, depending on what this is, it makes a lot of difference. If it's some useless skill, like the Cygnus skill, then I don't really care for it. But if it is a buff to your characters, then it makes a difference. So this conversion way also, I think, helps a lot for the free-to-play players. So F2P players, right, if they have built up a Utgard, Bloody, or Agares weapon, a mythic of those, this conversion mastercraft way might actually give them a chance to a 1 in 6 chance to get Necromancer, so that they can reset their equips to get a Jaihin base, which is crit damage here. So they can actually choose 1 out of 4. So to free-to-play players that did not start building a Jaihin and they have a Brizer or Utgard, for example, then I think this is a very good way for them to reset. But for paying players like us, if this special active skill is nothing to shout about, then I mean there's nothing much to be upset about, because we can actually just get a Ancient Empress. The only difference is this active skill that we don't know if it's good or not. So it really depends on what this skill is. So I think this sentence here, when they said that the Necromancer gear is the most powerful ancient gear of all, actually triggered people, because you can't, I mean, you want it to be, you want to have the most powerful, that's why you want a Necromancer. But you never know, maybe it's just no different from another ancient weapon. So let's see what Nexon does. With all these complaints, they might release more information, or they might postpone this update, I mean this ancient system update, or maybe they have a changes plan to come out by 28th May. We will never know, so I think we should just wait and see. But right now, this system, for people with something other than Jaihin or Jaihin Empress, this system is actually very beneficial to them. But for people who max out their weapons, the BIS and things like that, it's a bit tricky. So let's hope Nexon handles this well, and let's wait for more information, I think, before we become very critical about what Nexon is gonna do. Hopefully this Necromancer weapon isn't like super great compared to an Ancient Empress. Let's hope. Yeah, I think that's all for today's video when I talk about this patch. And also lastly, to end off, right, when I told you guys about the package that I buy once every month, so those that are looking into, you know, spending a bit of money in Maple, all you need to do is just to get this one package from the package store here under special daily crystal package here. So you just have to get this package here every month, and then I think that's more than enough. You get like crazy number of crystals. So it's about 9,550 crystals in a month. If you collect 260 per day for 30 days plus the bonus 1.7k. But one thing they did not write here, right, is that you get another bonus. Let me show you. Oh. my auto battle ended. Hold on. Okay, so I actually bought the package already, but I haven't redeemed it. So here, I will show you. So here, I renewed my package on the 27th. So we can renew it from the 27th to 29th day here, as they said here. So extension is available on days 27 to 29. So today is day 27 for me. So I renewed it immediately. And day 28 and 29 and 30 crystals, right, came to me straight away because they are restarting my package from day 1. So they will give me all the crystals left, like remaining till the end of the 30 days. So I got day 29, day 30, day 28. So yeah, and day 27. So 27, 28, 29, 30. And I get my day 1 crystals as well. So this is about 1000 crystals, 1200. And this is the 1750 that you get for bonus. And there's this thing that they didn't say, which is this. So I extended my package from the in between the ranges of 27 to 29 days. So I got a bonus for this extension of 600 crystals. So that brings your package, the crystals worth to be about 10,150. 10,150 for 68 Sing dollars. That's the most worth it package you can get in the shop now. Yeah. So I'm just gonna collect everything. Yeah, so I have about 7,500 crystals now. Before this I had 3,000? I think 3,900 or 4,000 crystals. So it's like an immediate boost of about 3,000 crystals, which is a lot. Okay, and I still get 260 every day for the rest of the month. Yeah, so with this amount of crystals, maybe in my next video, I will do a wonder pet pool, like maybe 3, because my current pet is dying off. So my current pet is still not any wonder or anything. It's just like normal pet. It's dying in 1 day. So yeah, I think I will pull the wonder pets and hopefully I get my remaining 2 wonder blacks. Okay guys, thank you for watching the video and do share with me your thoughts on the ancient system in the comments below. Definitely want to see what you guys think about it, about this new patch, about the Von Bon boss, about the ancient system, and also forgot to mention about the return of archers. Hopefully archers are now very happy that the classes are being buffed. I mean, they have been like forgotten for quite a long time since the release of like Wind Archers, Mercedes. Hopefully this buff will bring Bowmasters back to the top of the ranking pages. I mean, buffs like this help the whole community because it's easier for us to defeat the bosses. So other classes, stay tuned probably. Next one will definitely buff your class, but don't know when. So I think the current most the most wanted class to buff is like Nightlord. So it has been forgotten for quite a long time. So let's hope for that to come as well during the Maple anniversary happening in July. Yeah, okay. So I think that's all for my video. Do leave in the comments below what you think about the patch and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!